And now it's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Julie Armour again for her last Sunday here. Julie, we have so enjoyed your wisdom in the last 5 weeks, and we appreciate you sharing your presence with us. So, Reverend Julie Armour.
Yep, I'm just fine. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be with you guys. So thank you. It's been a lot of fun being here. And I'm sure David's going to be glad to be back, and everything will be back as usual. So anyway.
I hope it's better now he's got a chance to rest and have a break in place.
Oh, I know. Well, you know, though, I see his fingers in everything around here. I'm like, David, is this really a sabbatical?
Yes.
I know. But we've been friends for, about 10 years now. And so I'm just privileged to be here. And I'm really proud that you guys have taken care of your minister, that we just need time off to do our thing. And but, you know, David's been at bingo, and he's been everywhere. In fact, he's watching me right now as we speak. Hi, David. So today we're going to talk about the wisdom of the mountains. And I know I'm a mountain girl, right? I can remember I was in Michigan. I've had 2 churches. And one was in Michigan for 10 years. and then my other one was just about 10 years in Evergreen. And so now I think I'm retired. So, yeah, and that's a really new beginning for my life. So today we're going to be talking about the wisdom of the mountains. And I was going to say that when I was in Michigan, I was just thinking about moving back to Colorado, right? And one of my congregants said, she goes, you know, I've been to Colorado, and you can take those mountains and just, I don't like those passes. I'm a water girl, because we lived right on Lake Michigan. And in my back of my mind, I didn't say anything, of course, but I went, I am such a mountain girl. Oh my God. And I actually lived in Evergreen. I was going to take pictures of these signs because I always loved them. It's like, be careful because you are on a 7-point grade. And when we were in Evergreen, they had a term that they go, I think I'm going down the hill today. To which I'd go, hill? It's not a hill. It's a mountain pass. But anyway, the wisdom of the mountains. And I have a few points here. Reach for new heights. Savor life's peak experiences. There is beauty as far as the eye can see. Stand in the strength of your true nature. Be uplifting. Follow the trails of the wise ones. Protect and preserve timeless beauty, silence, solitude, serenity, flowing rivers, and ancient trees. I think that's a lot to cover today when I brought these up. Anyway, about 10 years ago, my husband and I would go to Colorado Springs for Christmas, right? And he had these 2 friends that were backpackers. It was New Year's Eve, and these backpackers said, let's take the train up Pikes Peak. We'll camp out at Bart Trail for the night, and we'll have New Year's Eve on Pikes Peak. I know. And so my husband goes, I really want to do this. And I'm like, Tom, I've been raised in Colorado Springs. I have respect for the mountains. You don't go up to Pikes Peak and do this. And he was going, please, please, please. So here we go. We take the train up, and thank God I didn't have to carry much on my backpack. We had our friends that did that. And so We went up the train, walked into Bar Trail, had a wonderful dinner, and it started snowing. And we had these little hats on with lights, right? So we could go to the outhouse, to the bathroom. And we had a wonderful time. And we went out at midnight. And I mean, honest to God, it was snowing so badly. We almost couldn't find our way back to our cabin, right? So we spent the night. And so the next morning, we all there's 3 couples. We all got to hike down the mountain on ice. I know. So we're slipping and sliding and slipping and sliding. And the story goes, it's kind of funny. I thought, okay, I need a mantra. And so what I did is I went, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I know. I'm serious. That was my mantra. And so then my congregants had to finish the story. They said, yeah, and your husband's behind you going, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. But it was really a very wonderful, wonderful experience. So reach for new heights. That's what we truly did on that experience. The other thing I was going to say is that we're going down the mountain, and we're going, oh, isn't this the best thing in the world? We're going to do this every year. We're going to make this a tradition. So after our walk down the mountain, about 2 days later, we called each other, and we went, no, we're going to go to the Broadmoor next year. It was a couple of miles down, but it was a great experience. So savor life's peak experiences. Tell me about your peak experiences. What would you call a peak experience? Talk to me.
Sunset.
Huh?
A sunset.
A sunset. A sunrise. Yeah. Who else? Birds.
Well, birds and birds.
Oh, birds. Yeah.
Birthing birds.
What else? Mm-hmm. Glenn?
Opening my eyes after meditation during harmonic convergence and seeing oneness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Savoring life's peak experiences. I think all of our life, we have peak experiences. I think finally when you get to my age, do I say that? That life, everything in life is a peak experience. I think I told you one time that I just moved, and at one point, everything was not moving, right? And I did a gratitude journal. And I really wanted to find a house. I really wanted to sell my house. But on my gratitude journal, there was not a house on this. There was not a possession. It was all about my friends and my family. Oh, makes me cry. My family, my friends, my dogs, my church, unity. Just the real simple sweetness of life. And now there is beauty as far as the eye can see. That's a wonderful one, isn't it? There's a great story about a hiker that was in our mountains, right? And he got lost from his father. And so this was at Thanksgiving time, so it was really cold. And this kid only had a T-shirt on and blue jeans. And they lost him. And they were out looking for him, and they said, surely this kid's not going to last. Because it's cold. By now, the rain has turned into snow. And the person that was searching for him just thought about her own family. That her family was at home sleeping and having a wonderful Thanksgiving. And she thought, that family's not going to have a great Thanksgiving. So about 11 o'clock, she got the call. They found the boy, and he was okay. He was okay. How did this happen? This is a true story. So he had gotten lost. He was very, very cold. He laid down under a tree, and he was just about ready to fall asleep. And two mother elks, came and laid down by him and kept him warm. Isn't that? Now, I lived with the elks, right, in Evergreen. That's really unusual behavior. But you know, we do look out for each other. Even the animals, they always have something to teach us. Stand in the strength of your true nature. Stand in the strength of your true nature. So, what is our true nature? I always like you to talk to me. Divinity, our Christ light. The light within me sees the light within you, right? There's another wonderful story about two twin boys, right? And they were born prematurely. They were all of about 3.5 pounds. And so they delivered the birth. And they put one little boy in an incubator and another little boy in another incubator. And the stronger one was doing pretty good. He was going to make it. But the real little one was losing heartbeat. They just didn't think that he was going to be able to survive, that they were losing him. And so a nurse had, isn't this cool? A nurse had a wonderful idea. Take the two little twins and put them together.
There you go.
I know. So they put them together. The stronger one put his arm around his brother. And his heartbeat came alive. And both of them survived. Now they are both very healthy twins. And just that one act of putting those two together and putting his arm around him. It is?
What did you say?
It's now practiced in the hospital. Oh, has it? Wow. See, I love it when you guys give me the talk. I've worked this a number of years. I know how to do this. Be uplifting. Be uplifting. How many of us go out into our day and really try to make another person's day? How do we do that? How do we do that?
Be uplifted.
What? Be uplifting?
Well, you're saying.
Yeah. Say. Be helpful.
Kind word, a simple smile, helping somebody with a flat tire on the side of the road.
Yeah, flat tire.
Look for good qualities in that person and reflect them back at them. Tell them.
Exactly.
A touch.
A touch. You know, one of the things that I see in ministry all the time is, well, we have this thing in unity. It's a dilemma. We hug, right? We hug. Huh? I know that. You know how many people, well, anyway, some people just don't want to be hugged, you know? In fact, you know what? This week, honest to God, this week, the woman that I bought the house from, she came over, and I went, and she was talking to me, and I'm like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I gave her a big hug, and she gave me a big hug. And then she had her boyfriend. Guess what? He didn't hug. But I think in unity, I have seen people go, would you please hug me? Just please hug me. This is the first time I've been touched. I know. I mean, when we're single, or married, I guess. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have a black eye. I know, so I was going to tell you that right up front. Because I hit my head on my cabinet, you know? And so it was kind of funny because nobody noticed. You didn't notice it last week because it hadn't developed, right? And so I went, okay, I think I'm just going to let this go and see who notices it the most, right? So you guys know, who was it that noticed it right off the bat when I walked in? Mark. Yeah. Ew, what's wrong with your eye? And I'm like, so, and guess what? My husband was like the last one to see it. Except then he's like, we went out with one of his clients last night for dinner. And he was just like, you know, it's bad enough that you're going with a black eye. But it's really amazing how when you do something like that, how people go to domestic violence. You know, people are like, well, oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, it's so interesting how we do that. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Thank you, Mark. He just started talking about, yeah, good. Okay, I digressed. Sorry. Follow the trails of the wise ones. I call upon, I've told you that many times since I've been here. I call on the angels, the ascended masters, my soul group, my guides, and I ask for help all the time. And I hope that each of us do that because we have a tremendous help available to us, but we have to ask. We have to ask. There are millions of angels around us ready to help us in everything that we do. So remember to follow the trails of the wise ones. And then finally, protect and preserve timeless beauty, silence, solitude, serenity, flowing rivers, and ancient trees. I love that. You spoke about that, Glenn, with your meditation. I don't think that there's anything. How many people meditate? Oh, good. I'm talking to the choir, aren't I? Because many years ago, I would have people talking to me, and they would say, I don't have time to meditate. I know. And, and I'm just like, what's wrong with this picture? The only thing you're going to take with you when you leave this universe is your consciousness, right? You're not going to take your business. You're not going to take your friends. You're not going to take any of your possessions or your money. Dang it. I wish we could take the money.
Yeah.
But it's only your consciousness. So why would you not have time to meditate? It's also like, who goes to the gym? You don't have to raise your hand on that one. But it's true. That's our body. I have to confess that I have been going to hot yoga for 2 weeks. Hot yoga for 2 weeks. They turn up the heat. Yeah, they turn up the heat. It's hot. And I have to admit, I'm not proud of it, but I'll tell you, because it was really humbling. The fourth time I went, my sister goes all the time. She's been going for 15 years. And she said, I can't wait until you move back, and we're going to go to hot yoga all the time. And she's like pumping it all up for me, right? And everybody that she's ever asked before goes, I don't think so. Don't ask me back ever again. So I made the commitment to go. And the fourth time I was there, I was really off balance. I forgot my yoga mat and had to go back and get it. And I was just, one of my friends asked, I said, I'm doing it for my physical balance. And my friend said, well, how balanced were you that day? And I went, oops. I wasn't balanced physically, emotionally, spiritually. I was out of whack, right? So I start doing the yoga, and the owner comes up to me and goes, take a nap on your mat. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go through this. And he comes back to me and goes, can you give yourself the gift of a nap on your mat today? And I'm like, well, I better lay down. I better lay down. So I did. I laid down. And that was a very interesting experience for me because I just about bagged it. I mean, I went back and forth going, well, this is just too hard. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And I'm like, dang, I just paid $101 the day before. Why didn't this happen to me right before I spent my money? And I'm like, well, what's $100? Who cares? Just bag it. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I went back. And that's really humbling. I don't know if you guys think that's humbling, but it is. And he gave me the gift. He gave me the gift of being able to feel my body, take care of myself, and take a nap. Take a nap. And that's really what it's all about, is feeling your body, feeling where you're out of balance, and then taking care of yourself, right? You just can't leave the room, is what the problem is. You just have to lay on your mat. Lay on your mat. So that is a wonderful practice for us to feel into our body and then give us the gift of a nap. And you know what? I cannot believe in 2 weeks what my body has done. I have more energy. I'm gardening all the time. It's amazing, the gift of our human body. It's miraculous, just miraculous. So let me go over my points. Reach for new heights. Savor life's peak experiences, which are everywhere, right? There's beauty as far as the eye can see. Stand in the strength of your true nature, your Christ light. Be uplifting to everyone you meet. Follow the trails of the wise one, and protect and preserve timeless beauty, silence, solitude, serenity, flowing rivers, and ancient trees. So let us pray. If it feels right to you, gently close your eyes and take that trip from your head to your heart. And just remember a time when you deeply, deeply loved. It might be a time with your spouse, your children, a beloved pet, or just a time in nature on top of a mountain. Because truly in the Bible we know that God is love. We are love. So feel that now. And now bring in gratitude. Feel the gratitude and the love. And now if we have any concerns, any prayers for family or ourselves or this world, bring them into this circle of love. But this is very, very important work that we're doing. And we are a healing presence in this world. We bring our family, our friends, this church, your beloved minister, all of unity. Bring them to mind and know that this meditation, they're feeling your love right now. We are that healing presence that we were talking about. I love our song that we sung today. I'm ready for a miracle. I'm ready to accept and receive a miracle today. We do our forgiveness work. We go out, we're uplifting in the world. And then we affirm, we are here for a miracle. A moment in the silence. And now we affirm that we protect and preserve timeless beauty, silence, solitude, serenity, flowing rivers, and ancient trees. Through the power and the presence of the living Christ nature, we affirm this to be so, and so it is. Amen and amen. God bless you. Thank you.
Now it's time to take an offering for unity. So as you take your gifts in your hands, together please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I trust in God. And now again, Trinity Damask and your reverence.
A lot of paper shuffling going on over here.